At the stables today, proudly brought to you by Lower Long Farms, who this season will be standing for the first time at Raging Bull. I'm catching up, firstly, Louis Emerson. Welcome to Campbell's Comments.
Thanks for having me on board.
It is Louis.
Yes, that's it.
I wasn't sure. I sometimes get it wrong, and I'm here catching up with you the day after your first win at Bendigo Trots last night. Firstly, congratulations.
Thanks. It was really good last night. I was pretty shocked actually I got the win, but it was really good to get the win on the board.
Any win's good, but you always remember your first. Well, I do. I think some people might drive a few more than me, but you're not going to forget that experience for a while.
No, it'll be forever in my mind, I guess, and just remember the moment.
How was your confidence like? Were you expecting the win?
No, I wasn't actually, because it was plenty of gate speed on the inside and outside, and it was actually a better field than last time she raced. But she put it all together and did it under her own steam. So. And
she did. She did do it very, very easy. As I said, it was a cold, wet night, and wasn't a lot to get excited about the night at Bendigo last, especially before the first. Once it started bucketing down, but. Huge thrill, and there were some great scenes afterwards on the track yourself, Stace, Mick Carbone, pure joy. You actually almost fell out of the cart too, and I did actually notice it. It was quite funny, that part.
Yeah, the horse decided to took off, and nearly went arse over head, but that's all right.
it is all right. And we said there before about Stace. Stace works here. We're here at Alex Ashwood's stables, I should say that too, and Taylor French. But you guys all work together. Alex and Tay have been saying to me, make sure I look after the trainer, Stace. So I don't think Mick does too much. Is that how I read it?
Yeah. Well, Mick does some fast works, like when Stacey's busy. But Stacey does most of the work, and she's doing a good job.
Yeah, she is, and she was very, very proud last night. She was proud enough too to stand back and have a quiet sit. That's what harness racing's about, isn't it? Being able to share it with people and friends. There's a cake here today for you as well with a lot of cream. So there's a lot of people here enjoying it. So it's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is definitely. It's good to be involved with people like these. Getting involved with the horse and having a drive on it. It's good.
It is indeed. Now you come from great bloodlines, if you like to call it that way. You're very, very well bred in the harness racing world. You are Brian Gaff's grandson. I actually called you Brian Gaff's nephew last night, but apparently I did. I don't know. I say things and I never remember them. But so you've got the Gaff name, although Emerson, because your mum Kylie married Darren Emerson. So and it was remiss of me last night. The Emersons have been a part of harness racing for a long time as well, with the printing business. Emerson Printing there in Maryborough, great sponsors at Maryborough. Yep. Pa was on the committee at Maryborough, so he still is. Well, I will be in trouble with you, or one of us will be if we get it wrong. But was it ever going to be anything else but harness racing for Louis?
Early on, I just didn't know really what to do. Like after school, I was working when I started at 15. I worked for a retail store in Maryborough, Lower Eel stores, and I started in the shop. And then I moved up to being in the warehouse. I was running the warehouse for probably a year, just dealing with all the eBay items and that we sell. And this opportunity come up working here for Albie, and I thought I'll give it a crack, and never looked back ever since. So I'm loving it.
Yeah, and like I would imagine last night is the cream on top of the cake, if you like. Being a bit cheeky, but I mean, just caps off. It probably you got a long way to go, and I'm sure you're well and truly aware of that. But it just probably justifies your move.
Yeah, definitely. It's shown me that I can do it, and I can take it the next step further and hopefully do better and add more wins on the board.
I remember my first drive, and I'm a lot older than you. I've got 30 years on you. I got telegrams before my first drive, and then after my first win, the same thing. You got telegrams and people ringing you on a house line. There was no mobile phones back then. They're like, "How'd you go last night? How many messages did you get?"
Oh well, the time I had my interview with you, got off. Went and see the horse, and then time I went in the driver's room, watched the replay. I had about 20 phone calls and about 10 messages, and as I was trying to get through them, there's more coming in, so it took me nearly to midnight just to get through them all.
We'll start with Nan and Pa. There's a reason we're going to leave Dad to last, because I've got no doubt about it. But how were both both of your grandparents. Have you heard from Brian?
Yeah, I rang him up after I watched the replay, and he was really excited. He was just happy for me. He didn't show too much. I haven't seen him since the phone call last night. Nan, she seemed pretty happy in the background on the phone.
I'd imagine she would be. She'd be as proud as punch, and so they both should be.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I try really hard for him, do everything well. Matt,
what about Maryborough? Ron and I don't know Nan's name, so what was? How were they?
Yeah, they were good. Lorraine were pretty good. Pa rang me up, and Mum, they were in tears though when I rang them. So Mum was first to ring on my phone, but yeah, they're all both over the moon.
I can imagine Mum's very proud. All mums are proud of their kids, and yeah, I'm sure she was wrapped. How was Dad? I'm reluctant to ask this, but how actually was Dad? Firstly, with you winning the race,
he was calm. He just could not believe, and then Mum said, "Oh, he's in tears now." So he was pretty overwhelmed, really.
That's actually cool, and becoming a parent, and I think you sort of emotions change, so I can actually stick up for him. Had nothing to do with Collingwood winning, though. I hope, was it?
Well, he said, "Oh, just the best night. Like Collingwood's won." And you won now, so I thought, oh, I made it better.
So were the tears for you reckon, though, or for Collingwood?
For Collingwood.
Yeah, I thought that's where I was going, because anyone that knows him as one-eyed, they would have been for you, and he would have been super proud.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He was real happy. I dare say when I see him this afternoon, he'll be just even more happy.
So what are the plans for Savo and that? Do you get together with the family?
Yeah, they're coming across. I've got to work Jersey Sand for tomorrow. Give a little light jog and that, and yeah, just pull around and relax as well.
Right, what are your plans for the future? Like you're here with Alex and Taylor, and you know, I said last night on the footage, you know, yourself and Stace got thrust into a lot more work, as well as Sean and a few others. But when recently Alex got hurt, I mean, he's making a recovery now, which is good and bad. You should always turn your phone onto silent too, you know that. But what are your aims going forward in the future?
I haven't really thought about too much, but just mainly stick around here as long as I can, and learn a lot more and see where it takes me, I guess, and my driving career. Never know where we'll go. Might start picking up more drives now and get more wins on the board, and then yeah.
How long have you been driving for? Like you've had 10 drives. You haven't been driving for that long, no?
No, probably race drives probably a month now, a month and a half. I've been driving. Been driving horses for about five and a half years, since about 16, 17, about that. So yeah.
Very good. Well done, Louis. I reckon it's great. Stace is there watching. If we said to Stace come on camera, I know what we'd get told, so we won't even go there. She's walked away, but I think it's what harness racing is. I mean, it's a family sport, and you've got the Emersons and the Gaffs on both sides. But it's a family sport, and you don't realise how big or how your family extends so quickly. The staff and everyone here, and so many other people. I believe you enjoyed yourself last night as well, which is good. And you've got to be able to enjoy them. So I think well done to you, mate. And hopefully it's a first of many.
Oh, definitely. I hope so too.
As I said, this is the stables, and it's proudly brought to you by Lower Long Farms, who for the first season of standing, Raging Bull, the son of Christian Cullen, that was formerly trained by Grand Dalgetty. 10 starts, 5 wins himself, and he is a ripping horse. He is a Vic bred pure horse, and as well as that, with the horses at Lower Long Farms, one of 5 horses that will be eligible for the $100,000 bonus if you're able to win one of the Vic bred finals. So Raging Bull, as well as Pastor Stephen, Poster Boy, Lather Up, and Yankee Rockstar are all eligible for that $100,000. So I must say a huge thank you to Lower Long Farms for sponsoring the stable for the month of August, and congratulations, Louis.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.